music. I'm into money. Got to work like a slave on deep. Here on Tuesday, oh on Tuesday. I'm so tired, got no time to play. Here come Wednesday, I'm be to my side. I get up home, gotta tell her that I'm up. Cause Thursday is a hard working day. Every Friday I'll get my pay. Ah, Fats Domino. This is Ray, and I realize I've never really made a YouTube video about this cat back here on the door, James Dean. Now, it's kind of foolish when you look back on it, you know. But when you're young, you hook up with an idol, a hero, and you can become fixated. And I think I probably was fixated, obsessed. And I don't know how that came about because I was only like 13, something like that when he died. But I knew that he was buried in Fairmont, Indiana. And one time I had come back from California, got in an argument with the girlfriend I was with, and decided for some reason I was going to go to Jimmy Dean's grave. And had no idea where Fairmont was, and it was dark, but I just took off driving. You know, I had a red VW Bug with California license plates on it, and I took off. And sun was coming up when I pulled into Fairmont, Indiana, and it's a little, I mean, it is a small town, and Main Street is heartland. I mean, you know, little pharmacies, little stores, diners, stuff. I pulled up in front of this diner. You know, I'm doing my best James Dean. I got out, seen this young waitress looking out the window as I was going in. And I sat down, you know, just got a cup of coffee. You know, she asked me, "Are you here? Are you an actor?" And that was the first thing she said, "Are you an actor?" I go, "No." She goes, "But you're here to see Jimmy?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Yeah, I thought so." And I said, "You know, how do I get there?" And, you know, I said, "Is it far from here?" And I can remember this so clear. She goes, "Honey, nothing's far from here." You know, she said, "You know that church that you passed, that road there, you just turn right and go straight on down there and you'll run right into it." And she goes, and right past it, about a mile or so, is Marcus and Hortense Winslow's house. That's where Jimmy was raised. And I'd seen that house 1,000 times in pictures, you know. And I thought, yeah, I'm going. And she gave me some advice about going to the newspaper place and getting a copy of the Fairmont News about James Dean's death crash. And so I did that, got the paper, man. That was my prized possession, man. And I went down the road and found the cemetery. It wasn't hard to find his grave. And, man, the vultures had struck. People were taking chisels and chiseled out his pieces of stone. You know, stone. It's like they thought, you know, they take some cool home with them or something. I don't know. but it kind of upset me, and I didn't like it at all. I mean, I guess they had a bust of his head there once, and it was stolen, and they put another one up, and it was stolen, and finally they gave up. And now his tombstone is just all chipped away and stuff. But so this is stupid, man. When uh, I left a couple cigarettes and a book of matches on a stone, and I had an ace of spades. And I remember I had written on it, "Death is the only absolute truth." It was something that he had said one time, and I had written that under there, and I dug a place in the grave and shoved it down in there, and went on to Marcus and Hortense's house, and man, it was just like out of the magazines, man. I mean, the mailbox, everything. And I come pulling in, and Marcus Winslow, Mr. Winslow, was outside, and he said, "You want to see Hortense?" And I had bought a dozen flowers, roses, 6 for James Dean and 6 for Hortense. And so I give her the flowers, and she invited me in, and man, we talked for a long time. And she says, I don't know what all I could give you. She goes, you know, I could probably find one of his old combs or something like that. And I never forget this, man, because, you know, I was trying to be cool. And I turned and said, "No, I don't want anything." And I'm thinking, man, looking back on it, I wish I would have. And she says, "No, I would do that. I could find something." And because I guess everybody that came there wanted something. And I said, "No, I just want to kind of like walk around. Would it be all right?" And she said, "Yeah." And so when it come time to leave, you know, she wished me luck, and I walked around the farm where he used to play basketball rim set up, just walked around, you know. And I went back there a couple different times to his grave. I even one time went right outside of Paso Robles where he got killed. And I mean, I had everything ever written on James Dean. And I knew exactly what highway, and I knew exactly what he was driving, who was with him. The name of the guy that turned in front of him was named Turnip Seed. Turnip Seed. But I was so ate up, man. I mean, I can remember lying in the ditch where he got killed. His mechanic, Roth, survived. Something told me I just wanted to just lay back and smoke a cigarette there, and that's what I did. I just sat down there where he died and lit cigarettes, little nothing highway, you know, and smoked a cigarette. Yeah, it's weird how you can become fixated over somebody. I had no idea who he was, but some of his movies, you know, I liked, but there was something about his spirit that kind of got in me, and you know, it got in millions of people, man. They changed. They started wearing red jackets and started walking like him and talking like him and mumbling like him and that whole thing. I went through that whole era with James Dean, my hero. And even today, man, you can see. Plus, I got pictures over there, you know, and have no idea why. Just Just do. And I just always have kind of liked James Dean. And so that's my James Dean story, my James Dean YouTube video. So he's still alive. He got over 1 million fan letters year after he died. People wouldn't believe he was dead. They thought he was on some island or something crippled up. I don't know. But for a long time, James Dean, and still today, he has a little bit of influence on me. So here's to you, Jimmy.
Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks.